All right. Looks like everything's good. Hi. Nice
Hi.
to meet you. Can you see me? Can you hear me okay?
Yep, I can see and hear you.
Okay, great. Really nice to meet you today. My name is Gabrielle Brooks. You can just call me Gabby. I'm a certified licensed counselor. I just wanted to review some things quickly with you, and just tell me your name and what you prefer being called and everything.
Sue Ann McCann, and call me Sue Ann.
Okay. You sound real sad, Sue. I mean, I guess that's why you're here today. Hopefully, we can dig into that and get to what's going on for you.
Yes.
Before we get started, I see that you had a chance to look through the paperwork that I sent over you with the disclosure and all the information.
Yeah, I filled all that out.
Okay. Had any questions with that?
Nope.
Okay. Great. Um, well, I'm happy to get started. Since this is the first session, it'll be a little bit different than I suppose a traditional session. I'll just be gathering some information about you and about what's specifically bringing you in today, so we can talk about that and kind of set some goals for what you want to do with therapy and just see how I can help you out. So with that in mind, why don't you tell me a little bit about what's brought you in today?
Well, um, my daughter passed away.
Sorry to hear that.
18, and she died from leukemia, and it has just been hard to exist in a world without her.
Hmm.
Yeah. And I mean, my husband went and got me a dog. I mean, I'm sitting here with the dog. Would you like to
Okay,
see the dog?
sure.
Here, oh, here.
Oh, oh, how cute.
Oh,
What's its name?
oh, his name is Lucas.
Hi,
He's a
Lucas.
nice dog. I'm sitting here
Oh,
feeding him treats to keep him quiet. But
okay. If he gets a little noisy, that's totally fine. You said you're married. What's your husband's name?
my husband's name is Tom.
Okay. And also, I will be taking notes just to keep track of what we're discussing in the session, but I don't want you to feel that I'm not listening to you. It's actually helping me to listen and to better serve you. So I'll just be taking notes as you speak. Um, and I'm actually making a note that it is really nice and considerate that your husband bought this dog for you, to kind of be a little bit of emotional support, it sounds like, through this difficult time. It sounds like you at least have him as a good support system.
Yeah, he's a great support system. He's a good man.
Mm-hmm. Do you have any other children?
She was our only one.
Mm. What was her name?
Her name was Becky. And
Mm.
she loved dogs.
Oh,
She really wanted one, but we couldn't get one because she was sick, and it was so much work to take care of her and to take care of the dog. So I know she would have loved to have the dog too.
hmm, yeah, I can imagine. Can you tell me a little bit about what you would like to get out of therapy?
I'd like to not be so sad. I've been real sad. I mean, it's been hard to do things like getting out of bed, washing my laundry, my dishes, keeping my house clean. I've never had a problem keeping my house clean before, but it's just like the life is drained out of me, and no matter what I do, I can't seem to get it back. Take my vitamin D pills, I go to the gym, and I exercise. That's what the doctor said you're supposed to do. But
Mhm. And that hasn't seemed to help as much, taking, those supplements and going to the gym.
I mean, I still feel so lethargic,
Mhm.
just like I'm watching the day pass me by.
Mhm. Yeah. Sorry to hear that. I can definitely empathize on how challenging that can be. Um, did you mention how long ago it was since your daughter passed?
It's been about 6 months.
6 months. Okay, wow. That's really recent. I'm sorry to hear that. I'm just making a note of that there. Um, Can you tell me a little bit about just the process of finding out she had leukemia and dealing with the doctors? That I'm sure that was challenging for you.
Yeah,
And
well, Excuse me. Excuse me. Sorry, my dog's trying to grab all the treats. It's really inappropriate of him, but anyway. Yeah, we found out about 5 years ago
Mm-hmm.
she was sick with leukemia. And it's like all her good teenage years are wasted being torn apart by a disease, And so she made the best of it. She was just the sweetest little thing. But found out 5 years ago, and we've been in treatments ever since. And we thought at one point she was, going to beat this thing, and
Mm-hmm.
came back with a vengeance. It just took her right away.
I'm definitely sorry to hear that. Can you tell me a little bit more about any other support that you have? Actually, tell me about your husband. Tell me about him. I was going to ask if you have just what other support you have in your life, but you had started with your husband. So tell me a little bit about him, about Tom.
Yeah, Tom's a great guy. Tom and I met when we were in college. We were college sweethearts. And Tom was always taking charge, and leading us places. And he always would say, everything's going to be all right. And everything was all right. And it was just, it was so nice. Tom just always makes me feel just special, just like a queen. Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's wonderful. I'm glad that you have him.
I am too. Mm-hmm. And Becky was our little princess.
Mm-hmm.
She was a real daddy's girl. I mean, I didn't feel left out or anything, but
They had a special bond. Your daughter and your husband sounds like they were very close as well. Mm-hmm. Are there any other people in your life that are, good support to you? Or just anyone that's significant in your life as well?
well, I've got a best friend.
Mm-hmm.
She's really great.
Okay. And what's her name?
Mary Ellen.
Mary Ellen?
Yeah, Mary Ellen comes over every day and says, "Can I fold your laundry? Can I wash your dishes?" And I say, "No, Mary Ellen, get out of my house."
Oh,
She's always trying to fix my house, trying to make it the way she wants it. Yeah, she's a great friend, but she's a little bit of a pest.
mm-hmm.
And she's using this opportunity to just try and turn my life upside down. But as sad as I feel, I know one thing, and that's Mary Ellen's not going to change my house. But some days I do let her help with a couple of things.
Mm-hmm. It appears that you're a little frustrated about Mary Ellen's wanting to help you. What else does she, if anything else, does she, offer to help with, or anything?
It's been 20 years of Mary Ellen telling me, well, them curtains is not the best curtains for you. Or that's not the way you should do Becky's hair. Maybe you should do Becky's hair this way. Mary Ellen always has to have things in a particular order. Okay? And I'm just tired of it.
Mm-hmm. I hear you on that.
Go shopping with her to do stuff for her house, and that's just fine.
But you wouldn't like it if she did things for your house.
Yeah, and especially now, she's trying to erase the memories. That's what it feels like. She's taken away all the memories of Becky. She wants to change her room and make it into a gym.
Hmm.
Why would you do that? I want to look at all Becky's honor roll trophies and stuff like that from when she was back very young.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
When
I can
everything
see that would be frustrating. I'm sorry, I think we were speaking at the same time.
It's okay. Go ahead.
I was just saying I can see how that would be frustrating for you. It sounds like, have you ever heard of the saying of needing people in doses? How you only need them for little bits of time. It sounds like Mary Ellen is a good friend to you, but also that you may need her in doses. You think that's a fair statement?
It's a fair statement, but it's never going to happen. She lives right next door.
Oh, okay, so very close. Would you want to consider possibly setting some boundaries, or working on, in our sessions, setting some boundaries with Mary Ellen so you feel more comfortable?
I never thought about that.
Mhm. Yeah, that's definitely something we can discuss more if you're interested. To me, it sounds like, because I'm just, listening to what you're saying, it sounds like Mary Ellen probably has a real big personality and means well. And it actually sounds like she's really trying to help you. Um, Sometimes people will try to help others, but they do it in a way that they think is best versus the other person, how the other person would want to actually do something. It sounds like Mary Ellen is probably trying to help you actually through this grief of your child, but her and that big personality, it might not come off the way you want it to. Especially when you said she asked to come over and fold your laundry. You had mentioned before that sometimes it's hard for you to get out of bed and for you to fold your laundry and keep your house clean. It actually sounds like Mary Ellen would be happy to do that for you and is actually trying to support you instead of changing your home, in that way.
So you're saying I should let her come in my house and fold
No,
laundry?
if you would like to, but it sounds like you're a little averse to it at the moment. But I was just giving you a different perspective that perhaps Mary Ellen isn't trying to just kind of get all in your space. She's actually trying to support you.
How can
Um,
you be sure about that? Because I've known Mary Ellen for 20 years. You
and
know?
you are the expert, not me, because this is your friend, and you would obviously know her much better than I would. But that's just my observation, just based on what you told me. Especially, dealing with grief, a lot of people around you try to support you in the way that they think you'd want to be supported, and perhaps that's causing a little bit of frustration for you. But it sounds like she just may be trying to support you. But that's something we could work on in our sessions if you're interested. Just working on setting up some healthy boundaries so you can still get that support from your friend, but without feeling overwhelmed and maybe a little smothered. It sounds like you might be kind of being smothered by her with everything that she's trying to do for you. What do you think about that?
It's a lot to think about.
Hmm. I understand. Um, but we can put a pin in that. I'll make some notes and we can come back to that if you'd like to. Um, you had mentioned when we first started that just the day to day is really difficult for you because of the loss of your daughter. Um, can you tell me anything that brings you joy throughout your day, or even, just on occasion, things that you enjoy, things that you like doing, things that help you, feel happiness and maybe not as much sadness? Is there anything like that for you? Or anyone, and maybe any other people that you like being around that brings you joy? For example, your dog, that seems like something that might bring you some joy.
Well, maybe eventually.
Hmm.
I'm just kidding.
It's like I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
I was just laughing, you
Oh,
know. I guess, I mean, the dog does bring me some joy. My husband's quite nice. I like when it's sunny out. That helps a lot. And when it's warm, but it's the winter months right now, so.
mhm. Yeah, that can definitely be challenging. A lot of people sometimes struggle with seasonal affective disorder, which is essentially what it says, kind of being affected by the seasons. And the winter months can bring out, some depression. And then if you're already feeling some things on top of that, it can definitely be very challenging. So I hear you on that with these winter months. I don't know when daylight savings is, but I know it's coming up soon.
Oh,
So
God.
mhm. Maybe do you like taking walks or just being outside in nature?
When it's warm.
Yes. I think not a lot of people would like it when it's cold.
I mean, if they're crazy, maybe.
Maybe. Um, I think, and I'm just looking at the clock here. We are running low on our time, but I don't want to cut you off. That's just the time frame for the first session. So I just want to wrap up here quickly. You would like to, and I'm just kind of restating to make sure that I understand and that we're on the same page. So you've lost your daughter, and again, my condolences because that's really challenging. and you're looking for ways to cope with your day to day, maybe find some things that bring you joy, and working through these challenging emotions to get you to a place where you're not feeling that heaviness every day, because it sounds like you have a lot of grief, and rightfully so, because that's just very heartbreaking, honestly. um yeah, that's what your goals are, for coming here, just kind of working on the grief and talking about the loss of your daughter.
Yeah, it's hard to talk about her.
Thank you for sharing about her. I can, definitely imagine it must be so challenging. And thank you for just feeling safe with me to tell me things. Not everybody feels comfortable at first with a therapist and therapy. It's a relationship. You have to get to know each other. So I want you to be comfortable. If you choose to continue sessions with me, if you ever feel uncomfortable, or if you have any questions or anything like that, definitely you can interrupt me. You can ask that. I definitely want you are the priority. And I want you to feel as comfortable as possible. If you also don't feel comfortable continuing with me, I won't take it personally at all. This is your journey and your process. And if I'm not the person for you, I hope you find someone that is the best fit for you. Um, but um, I just want to be able to help you in the best way that I can. So as we're finishing up here, I would actually like to um, reschedule. If you're interested, we can get another session going and get started. And we do have we have just a little bit longer. I noticed that, um, is there anything else that you would like to share with me briefly before we finish up, or anything else on your mind, or maybe that you wanted to discuss? And if
I
not,
don't think
that's
so.
fine.
I don't
Mhm.
think so.
Okay. How do you feel about starting the therapy journey? I should have asked earlier, but have you ever been in therapy before?
I have a few years back, maybe around the time that she was first diagnosed. I just couldn't believe it. Like, not my baby girl. I
Mhm.
mean, it just didn't make any sense. It felt like punishment for not raising her right. Like God was punishing me by taking her away. And maybe I thought if we did everything right, she'd get better. My therapist told me that that's not quite how it works. And
Mhm.
I was able to let go for a little bit, but now I'm starting to feel like I was right.
That
Oh,
you were being punished?
I mean, she's gone now.
Mhm.
How am I not right?
Yeah. That's definitely really challenging. Hmm. I wouldn't say that. Well, I don't want to sound like your previous therapist. How was that experience with your previous therapist?
She was okay.
Just okay?
Just okay.
hmm Okay. Well, I just wanted to give you the space to bring anything else up if you wanted to, as we're just finishing up here. Would you be interested in rescheduling so we can get started and just talking about this a little more?
Sure thing.
Okay. All right. So I will make a note of this here. I'll have the receptionist touch base with you as soon as we finish up here, and we'll look at the calendar and get something on the books for you. But I do want to give you
Would you
a
have her
little.
with me tomorrow?
Absolutely.
Be great.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll make a note of that. Is there a particular time that's good for you?
Don't call me in the morning because I can't get out of the bed. I used to make lots of jokes. Now they're just sad.
hmm
I still find them a little bit funny. And, I guess that's something that brings me joy. How about that? Just a little chuckle every once in a while. It's
hmm
like peeking up out of a pit and looking at the sun, and then looking back down and realizing you're still in mucky water. You know, that's how it feels when I make jokes.
I hear you. A lot of people use humor as a coping mechanism and also just a tool to bring them joy. So that was actually kind of my next question. I was going to give you some homework, and the homework is to think of things that bring you joy and see if you can incorporate that in your day. A lot of people like funny videos on the internet. I don't know if you like a TikTok or anything like that. It's very popular. They're just finding ways maybe to bring. Say it again.
What is TikTok?
TikTok, it is a social media platform. Facebook and Instagram.
Oh, just like Facebook, huh?
Kind of, yeah. People make videos. They make lots of sketches, comedy things, sharing videos, like funny videos of dogs or animals, stuff like that. You can find really anything. It's very broad, and a lot of people share. It's very quick too. But yeah, there's you could look up, funny videos. I believe you can actually make not a playlist, but I think they're called collections, but it's essentially a playlist. You can save the videos and create a little playlist that you can look at when you're feeling sad, just a collection of videos that are really funny to you, that make you laugh. That's an option as well, just to bring a little bit of humor into your life. So that can be part of your homework, maybe setting up a TikTok account and just seeing what, funny videos you like. Or, spending quality time with your husband as well. You said he is just really enjoyable to be around. So I think that's what I'd like for you. Just come back and just have a little list. It doesn't have to be anything crazy, but just different things that bring you joy throughout the day, and we can work off of that. Sounds like a good plan for you?
Sorry, that was my laundry. Mary Ellen came. That sounds like a plan.
Okay, great. Well, I will have the receptionist reach out to you tomorrow in the late morning or perhaps early afternoon to get that next appointment scheduled. And go ahead and do your little bit of homework. And I will see you at our next session. I hope you have a really good rest of your night.
Thank you. I hope you do too.
Thank you. All right, take care.